Hey everybody, welcome back. In the last video we set up our database and got connected. In this video we actually need to create the tables necessary, table necessary for our login. So we're going to just be using a user table, and one of the things that we need is a definition for that. So this is great, since we're already using Node for the client, I figure we'll just use Node for migrations, because I feel like, in my experience, the DB Migrate tool for Node is really awesome. It's really great. There's a bunch of them for Go, and they're pretty good, but I really think the Node one, in my opinion, is the best one. And since we're not so concerned, because of migration, we're not so concerned about performance, it doesn't matter so much, Node being a little bit slower than Go, it doesn't really matter so much, because all we're doing is migrating database stuff. And if you're not familiar with database migrations, the idea behind database migrations is keeping version control inside your database, especially amongst developers and servers. So for example, if I go into a database and I add a table, I don't have to tell all my buddies that I was working with that, hey, I added this table, and they have to go add it into their database. They can just always run this command, and it will ensure that their database is the same as my database. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. So the tool I have to use is called DB Migrate. So we're going to use npm install. We're going to have to use super user, because that's how npm global works. You can actually change that, but anyway, we don't need to in this case. Migrate, okay. And that will install the migrate package. And then you also need to install the MySQL plugin, because we're using MySQL. We use db migrate create. We're going to add users table. That's right, I need to add we're going to do it in our root project folder. So what we'll do is we'll do touch database.json. You know what we're going to do? We're going to use the environment. So db migrate npm. There's actually a link here. Let me show you to this documentation. Wrong one. This documentation. And then if you go to, I believe it's usage. Down here, is this it? No, commands. No, configuration. MySQL, here we go. Okay, so you can take this, file here. We're going to create a new file called database.json. We're going to paste this in. Now, we don't want to be saving this stuff to GitHub, so we're going to use environment variables instead, like we were using before. So this is host, and I believe ours is actually password, not pass, so we'll have to change that. And this is database. Save. So now we can go into our editor down here. We should be able to just do db migrate. db migrate up. And what is it doing here? Access denied for root user. Did I not put it in this? I did. DB user password. Do I need to just leave this out of the dev environment? That might be what the problem is. Environment's dev. Okay, so that is actually correct. So what is going on here? There we go. That was weird. Okay, so it creates these migration files. So you can come in here and you can create tables and database stuff, and then all your other developers, other people who are working on the project with you, can just do db migrate up, and it'll build the database the exact same that your database is, and vice versa. So we're going to use db.create table. We're going to call this table users. It's going to have the definition. Let's go back to here. Go check the API. Create table. So we're going to steal a little bit of this here. We'll save us a couple seconds. So we actually don't want name. We want email, right? So email. And then we don't need any other properties right now. We'll add stuff later. And I guess we can come down here and we can say db.drop table. So I don't know. I've been working with database stuff for quite a while, and it's extremely rare that you ever DB migrate down. But Might as well add it, I guess. Drop table. It is drop table. Okay. So I can come into here and I can say db migrate up. Oh, what's it complaining about now? Access denied. User. Using password no. Huh. Well, let's go into here, and it's okay if we just do, because this is not really going to hurt. This will never go to production, so host. And then it was db user. Oh, I know what's going on. Because remember what we had done is we had saved that environment up here, but we hadn't saved it down here. So that's why it's not working. Source CSHRC, and now we can db migrate up. And there we go. So let's go into our database here. We'll say super secret password. Oh, no, we need to go to Golang, show tables, explain users. There we go. And we'll say select star from migrations. You'll see keep track of our migrations. Cool. Okay, so that's it. So now our database is set up. We have a migration system, so now we can just keep adding more and more and more. In the next video, what we'll do is we'll actually wire this up so we can start actually inserting users into the database. All right, guys, and then checking them on authentication. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.